What's up, everybody? Well, I got another small form factor PC gameplay video for you guys today. And today we're checking out Code Vein 2. And this at least should sorta meet the minimum, or it definitely meets all minimum specs and almost all recommended. CPU is kind of almost there, but on the AMD side it really wants a 7800X 3D. That's really what this thing wants, as it's recommended. And I'm sitting here going, what? But then I got in there and I was like, oh. So, you'll see what I mean when we get in there. Even this PC might not be able to do it. I know it won't be able to do it, no 4K native or anything. We'll try it just for shits and giggles, but I can almost guarantee it's gonna be like a maybe 30 FPS experience if we're lucky. But hey, let's stop blabbing. I gotta let it transfer from the main PC because my stupid ass forgot to download this game on everything to test it. Usually I'm good about that. This time I wasn't. So now I pay. Luckily you guys don't. So figured we'd start off just maxing it out, 4K. This would probably be like 30 FPS experience. But some people are cool with that. After that, we'll try a little DLSS as well. And then of course we'll try 1440p in the same manner. So now that we've done with that, let's get to gaming.
Wait up, I'll be right there. Get a hold of yourself.
So we're gonna go ahead and do some 4K with some DLSS. I tried it on balance for like 10 seconds, but pretty much immediately dropped it to performance right after I got out of the tunnel and ran around for like a millisecond or two. It was running a little better by the ocean before I came in here and whatnot. I ran back and forth a couple times just to see if everything was cool. But once I got out of this place, no, it was not cool any longer. So now, let's go see what it can do.
feel great! Stay focused. Sweep them away! Only getting started, right? Nice.
So we're gonna go ahead and drop it down to 1440p now, and this almost can hit 60, but not quite. We're just doing native 1440 as first, just maxed out, which again is a little silly to do. If you didn't max the game out, it'd probably get a couple more FPS, but this kind of appeared to be one of those games where you don't get massive FPS jumps, other than downing the resolution to a certain point. But anyway, gameplay time.
I feel light. I feel great. Let me no, I can still stand. I can.
Last up here, let's do a little DLSS on quality, which is plenty FPS for me personally. Obviously, you could lower it to performance if you wanted to, but I think that would just make more like random stutters and whatnot. Games get to a certain point where you get too many FPS, where you bottleneck the CPU by going too low with the DLSS. Anyway, though, let's go see what it can do.
Going all out. I'm getting fired up. I can do this all day. I feel
Let's get some camera recorded gameplay now. Let's go see if we can't beat this Night Dude again. Like, I beat him once, but it's not like it was super easy. I hate when things do this. As soon as you touch the controller, it should make the mouse go away. That's like, I've seen like $3 indie games that do that. There's really no excuse for these higher up costly games. I know I'm just nitpicking, but
Going all out.
yeah, we do need to go all out against this one.
Sweep him away.
Oh, I couldn't dodge that.
Great.
Only getting started, but
Cool. Went from getting my absolute ass handed to me by him to being able to beat him pretty easily, actually. I'd like to be able to beat these things without ever getting hit, though. That's the thing. But I just haven't learned the timing yet. Once I get the timing for dodging and stuff down, that's usually how I beat this. Either I'll dodge the shove things, and then I'm almost positive I'll be mad kind of if there's not, but I'm hoping there's some way to parry in this game. I love, like, God, what is it? Not Neo. That one's cool and all, but there was another one I played that was like a Souls-like game. And it was all about countering. Son of a bitch, what the hell was it? It was really, really freaking cool. I can't remember. I play too many stupid games. Not like literal stupid games. Basically just saying I play too many games. And I'm stupid for not being able to remember. I'm sure it'll come to me eventually. Serica. Shadows died twice. I knew once I started doubting myself and getting like slightly annoyed, I could just rack my brain even quicker. Be like, no, you're gonna fucking remember, buddy. Otherwise, you're gonna embarrass yourself in front of everybody. But yeah, if you play like this, it looks the same as native 1440, but you get more than playable FPS. This is the kind of FPS I like for a single player kind of game. If I can have everything maxed out, including ray tracing, and get these kinds of FPS, cool. But if I can't get FPS like this, usually ray tracing, if it's able to be turned off, is the first thing to go. Like, I'd rather play a game maxed out without ray tracing and get this kind of FPS versus having it drop down to the 50s and 40s and then bouncing up into the 60s and 70s and other spots. I just don't like that myself. If other people do that, it's totally cool. That's why I like PCs. You have every choice you want, as long as your computer can handle it. If they're weak, like some of the other systems we've tested this game on, well then you just gotta kind of deal with super low and upscaling and still dropping under 30 and really subpar looking graphics. It's not like this is a crazy looker, but it definitely looks a lot better than it does on low, I can tell you that. But at the same time, it's one of those games that's like, man, how can this like run like this? It should be getting like hundreds of FPS right now. I said the same thing about Borderlands 4 though, but from what I've had a couple of devs tell me, I don't know how good they are or whatever, but hey, they're devs, so they know more than me. They were telling me it's actually a little bit harder to get like anime games and cell shaded games like Borderlands to run well on Unreal Engine 5, because you have to have a bunch of layers, because it's all about photorealism and this, that, and the other thing more than these kinds of games. So then it's adding even more shit to an already kind of unstable thing, unless you work at it. There's plenty of Unreal Engine 5 games that have like next to no stutter and all this, but if you just kind of go in there and just say, hey, I'm pretty much going to carbon copy all this stuff here, there, and the other place, and then just put the game out there. Just use the tools inside and then put it out there. I think that's what a lot of indie people are forced to do, because either they don't have the skills or the time. So, but it's when the freaking high-end people who I know damn well have the money and time, they choose not to. It's like, you don't really have any excuses like the other guys, buddy. It's still not alright for the other guys to do it, but I can at least kind of understand why they did it. Versus like EA and people like them. It's like, no, you have millions and millions of dollars. Fuck you. Don't you insult my intelligence by telling me you didn't have the money or the time. You totally had both those things. You just chose not to use it. Or then there's Ubisoft. Get used to not owning your games. Well, I already was, because really none of your stuff's really worth buying unless it's on sale. which is how I got all of the stuff on Steam, and other than that, I was just using the Ubisoft Plus, which is probably what they wanted. Hey, you. Get on, noob. I'm almost a noob, but the only reason we can kill any of these people is because we got this guy hanging out with me. If it wasn't for him, we would have died like 1,000 times by now. Hey, you. Alright, and even during combat, it doesn't seem to drop under 60. I wish I was good enough to get to a boss area. I'd like to test out a boss fight, but then I know I'll just get stuck there like I always do, and then the rest of the systems will be me trying to fight him and embarrassing myself. Now, I'm not gonna lie though, even if it takes me like 30 tries, it always does feel great when I finally win. And even though it took me about tries, it's some self-satisfaction in that. Honey. Ooh, there's honey all over the place here. There must be a lot of bees. Mushrooms. Honey and mushrooms, huh? Alright, though. I think that's more than adequate. Why don't we wrap up? Well, alright, guys. That's a wrap for Code Vein 2. And yeah, native, it's hard to make a game like this run maxed out, even if it isn't the most impressive looking game. You need a little help from upscaling. And even at 4K, even without that help from upscaling performance, I think there's still times it dropped under 60, just by a little bit. But 1440p with a little DLSS seemed to be just fine. That's what the game maxed out. You could also not max the game out and probably get quite a few FPS too. Some games, you know, you don't get very much FPS just from going down. But completely depends. But a lot of people always like to see a higher end system like this just max things out. So it is what it is. It's one downfall of having so many different systems. I'd like to just add my settings to the end of every single one, but then that would add so much extra work at the end, even if it is just 5 minutes of footage or 3 minutes extra. You gotta do times that by 16. Anyway, that's all for the video either way. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And I still can't do a proper peace out with that hand, so a left-handed peace out it is. And until the next video.